Hi there, this is Kaushik Ranchod from the Ranchod Law Group, and welcome to today's immigration TV show. So today what we're going to be talking about are 3 FAQs that I get asked frequently with hardship waivers. So watch till the end so you can stay informed about what's happening now with hardship waivers and some of the frequently asked questions. Let's look at question number 1. Does filing an I-601A or I-601 hardship waiver get you work authorization? So this is a really important concept that I want you to understand. The waiver, what it does is it's a form of forgiveness. For instance, in the I-601A context, if you've entered without inspection and you have unlawful presence. So in that situation, the waiver leads or allows you to eventually, if approved, obtain permanent residency, assuming everything, all the other requirements are met. But just getting the waiver approved by itself does not get you a work authorization, but it will lead you on the path to getting a green card, which allows you to work in the United States lawfully, which allows you to live in the United States as a lawful permanent resident, as a green card holder, which the green card holder allows you to work, allows you to travel. And once you get that green card status, just some important things to keep in mind is that you don't want to abandon your residency. So if you're outside of the United States for more than 180 days, you want to make sure you consult with an immigration lawyer, as well as if there's certain types of criminal issues that could cause you to lose your green card. But the green card is very powerful because it allows you to stay in the United States as a permanent resident and work. So the good news is that yes, the I-601A will lead you to that path of permanent residency if you do everything else correctly. But just by getting that waiver approved by itself doesn't give you a green card. Okay, on to question number 2. What's the difference between work authorization and a green card? Well, we covered that a little bit in the last question, is that the work authorization or employment authorization document allows you to work. It allows you to work for an employer. Now, a green card here, a green card allows you to work as well. And usually a work authorization is temporary in nature, whereas obtain a lawful permanent resident is permanent residency. So it allows you to continue to work as a permanent resident for whatever employer that you want to. There are 2 types of green cards that you want to be aware of. There's conditional green card status. So if you obtain a conditional green card, you need to remove the conditions, and then your green card will be issued for 2 years, and you need 10 years, and then you need to renew your green card before that 10-year period. So you'll want to make sure that you start the renewal process towards the end of the 10 years. With work authorization, typically in many instances, they're only granted in 1-year increments. It depends upon the type of work authorization that you're getting, on the length of time it'll be issued for. So you have to continue to work, you have to continue to get that work authorization renewed. And what's also important to note here is that that work authorization is dependent upon another status. So for instance, if you get an EAD through DACA, it's dependent upon that DACA status. All right, now we're gonna move on to another frequently asked question. All right, I'm excited to apply for I-601A. What constitutes extreme hardship? So this is a really important concept to understand because this is the whole basis of your hardship waiver. The first most important concept to understand is that you have to prove extreme hardship to your US citizen spouse. So in this situation, one of the biggest forms of hardship is health hardship. So let's take a look at demonstrating health hardship. So first of all, it needs to be demonstrated through documentation. So medical documents, medical records, a letter from your physician are examples of documentation. And let's look at how you can make an argument for a health hardship. One thing that could be different in your home country for your US citizen that could affect your US citizen spouse One factor could be, well, is the climate different? Is that going to affect their health condition? Are they going to have the same access to medical care as they do here in the United States? Also, looking at the duration of the treatment. How long is it? Is it going to be a short-term treatment, or is it going to be a long-term treatment? And if that long-term treatment is not going to be at the same par as it is in the United States, how would that affect you? So those are some examples of medical hardship arguments that could be made. Another form of hardship is financial hardship. So financial hardship, one thing you can look at it is, do you own a home in the United States? Do you have significant student debt in the United States? If you had to move to your spouse's home country, would you have to have additional training, or would you even be able to get the same kind of work or employment abroad? Are you taking care of elderly parents here in the United States where you're helping support them, and you wouldn't be able to do that if you had to move abroad? Another form of hardship is educational hardship. Are you going to school here in the United States, and would that education be compromised if you had to move abroad? Are you not able to speak the language in your spouse's home country? So those are some forms of educational hardship that you could touch upon. Like if you're in a 4-year program going to school and that whole program would be disrupted or maybe not even offered, or you can't take it in the same language, those are some issues to talk about. All right, well, that was a lot of information that we went over. So that's gonna be part 1 of our video. We're gonna go over the rest in part 2, talk about some additional hardships, some additional factors to consider with this FAQ. I hope this video served you. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and we will talk to you next time. Thank you. Bye for now.